There are compelling stories for the Washington Wizards and the Lakers. Perhaps the greatest player ever, doing the unthinkable, resurrecting a dormant franchise in a mere 47 games. Idolized by his heir apparent, his successor, now an accomplished player himself in the wake of an MVP performance at the All-Star Game. And both at one time coached by Phil Jackson, who between Jordan and Bryant has won 8 NBA championships. And all this with the glitz and glamour of Hollywood as a backdrop. And welcome everyone to TBS NBA Tuesday, the Wizards and the Lakers. And good evening, everyone. I'm Kevin Harlan. The best story and the best team in the league so far has been the Washington Wizards, a ball club with perhaps the coach of the year to this point of the season in Doug Collins. And who can believe this? The longest current winning streak in the league at 5 consecutive games. Nope, not the defending champion Lakers, but rather the Washington Wizards. And now everybody has their eyes focused on the Michael Jordan-Kobe Bryant matchup. And for that, let's go to Craig Sager.
Well, this would appear to be the perfect setting for Kobe Bryant. Fresh off the MVP in the All-Star Game, going one-on-one against his boyhood idol, Michael Jordan. And on top of that, Shaquille O'Neal is not there to share the spotlight. But that is not the reality. Kobe has been instigated and told by the coaching staff that he should not try to dominate, that the ball needs to go through the post with or without Shaq 45 times a game in the triangle offense. His MVP trophy from the All-Star Game is at home. What is in the locker room is the box score from the last game. It shows Kobe 38 points, only 1 assist, and a loss to the Bulls. It may be a one-on-one showdown, but it won't be till late in the game. That's the Lakers half of the equation. Now over to Danny.
Well, Craig, there's a whole different approach for Michael Jordan than there is Kobe Bryant. And I talked with him opening night, and I talked with him tonight. And he's trying to teach his team. And one of the reasons he came back to the NBA, teach him hard work, professionalism, that showing up to play is a lot different than preparing to win. Michael's obviously done a great job of that. But tonight, I said, Michael, come on, there's got to be something special. Kobe and Phil Jackson. Well, there is. He looked at me, winked his eye, and said, I still want to show him who's the king of the hill. Kevin?
Danny, thank you. I'm with Hall of Fame coach John Thompson. All right, personal matchups aside, John, let's talk about the legitimacy of this Washington team.
Well, I think they're a very legitimate team, but you can't talk about their legitimacy without talking about Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan is a guy who had been relegated to playing in the Y, playing in fantasy camp. He comes back and makes the All-Star team and establishes himself against great athletes as being one of the best in the world. The other thing that he did, Kevin, that's phenomenal, is he took a team that was one of the laughingstocks of the NBA and are now making them playoff contenders. I think that's pretty special and one of the greatest feats that he might have ever accomplished.
So a special night tonight in the NBA. The Washington Wizards with Michael Jordan taking on Kobe Bryant and the defending champion Los Angeles Lakers. All next on TBS NBA Tuesday.
A Superstation premiere.
California all dressed up for TBS NBA Tuesday. We're in the Staples Center tonight, one of the truly majestic buildings in the NBA. And you can see it's all glittered and decorated for a big game, a big night. When Michael Jordan comes to California, comes to Hollywood, people take notice. Lineups tonight, Michael Jordan with Popeye Jones, Heidi White, Richard Hamilton, and Chris Whitney, the point guard. And the Los Angeles Lakers starting Rick Fox, Mark Manson, Samaki Walker, Kobe Bryant, and Lindsey Hunter. They bring Derek Fisher off the bench. Shaquille O'Neal is out and on the injured list and out for at least 4 more games. A couple minutes ago, with the visiting Wizards in town, a former Los Angeles Laker, Tyronn Lue, who is a part of that championship team the last 2 years, picking up his Laker rings. And now he's back in the huddle, left as a free agent to join Doug Collins and the Wizards. I don't think John Thompson, in his wildest dreams, he figured he'd bring a pretty good ball club back to where he began his NBA career here in Los Angeles.
No, I don't think so either, and I don't think anybody thought that would happen unless they're exaggerating. Very few people thought that the Wizards would be in the position that they're in right now.
Danny, is Doug Collins your first half of the season coach of the year?
No.
Isn't he really?
No, I give it to Byron Scott. I think what they've done in New Jersey turning that team around. Doug Collins has done a great job. You know, hey, the easiest coaching job in the world is having Shaq and Kobe, and maybe the second easiest coaching job is having Michael Jordan on your team.
Or having Jason Kidd on your team.
Don't you ask me who mine is.
John, who's yours?
Michael Jordan.
He is like a coach on the floor, isn't he?
Michael Jordan.
Well, Kobe Bryant and Doug Collins was saying this before the game, and we got some more word on that from Craig Sager before the tip-off, but Kobe Bryant and Michael Jordan are probably a lot closer than a lot of people give credit for. I mean, they may be on different parts of the continent, but their friendship has grown over the years.
Well, and I think that's understandable. Most young players looked at Michael and tried to emulate Michael. A lot of them didn't expect him to come back, but I don't think that means beans right now, because I think these guys are really going to go after one another, and it means more to them than they will admit.
Washington and Los Angeles, and here we go. We're happy to have you with us tonight. There is a buzz in the building as Jordan has it against Rick Fox to begin things for the Washington Wizards. By the way, Christian Laettner was activated off the injured list, should play some tonight. Richard Hamilton, Chris Whitney, and Jahidi White, the former Georgetown Hoya, inside, clubbed and fouled. And the foul called on Samaki Walker, his first.
Well, and that was good on the part of the Wizards, because immediately they tried to take advantage of the fact that the big fella, Shaquille O'Neal, is sitting on the bench, went immediately to Jahidi. In fact, he's been playing opposite the ball. Now, Doug has moved him over and put him on ball side.
And Danny, with Shaq out and Kobe now almost free to roam, does this personality of the Laker team change at all, do you think?
Oh, absolutely. And you know, Kobe, last game, he has 38. The next closest guy on his team is 11. So they got to have other guys step up. And that's the fine line. Kobe will have a tendency to try to take this game over, and yet he's got to trust his teammates and let Derek Fisher and Samaki Walker, Rick Fox, Robert Horry participate in the offense as well.
There's Samaki Walker, the ex-Dallas Maverick and San Antonio Spur, who knocks it in and ties the game at 2.
And speaking of not having Shaq out there, Jahidi White looks like Shaq out there next to Samaki Walker.
Chris Whitney, a good three-point shooter. Derek Fisher at the point. And outside, Richard Hamilton, who's coming off a nice game of 33 points a week ago against Sacramento.
You know, that's a guy, Kevin, that's made an enormous difference out there. When he comes out, the things that they do to Michael to try to stop him, Michael goes to him and he alleviates a lot of the problems that the Wizards have.
And I talked to Phil Jackson before the game. You know, he intentionally wants Hamilton defended by Kobe. He wants Kobe to try to stop him. And right here, Hamilton does a nice job of coming off of Popeye Jones' shot and a catch and shoot. Kobe's nowhere to be found. Gets there a little bit late, and they want to stop him. They know Michael's going to get his points, but when Michael and Hamilton both score 20, they're 8-0.
Hamilton picked up his first foul, and here's 83% free throw shooter Kobe Bryant, the number 2 scorer coming into tonight in the NBA. Defense was part of his emergence back in that 2000 season. And we know about the MVP this past weekend in Philadelphia at the All-Star game, where John, they booed him.
Well, they booed him, but I don't think it was interpreted the manner in which he interpreted. It should be interpreted anyway. I think it was more the result of the Lakers knocking the 76ers out of the playoffs than it was them not liking the hometown boy.
Jordan missing his first shot. And here comes Fisher, who has been coming off the bench, now starts with a 2 outside. Derek Fisher, he is a leader on this team.
He is. He's such an intense player. Defensively, offensively, it gives him a lot of energy, and he's really has the free reign to shoot those outside shots. And getting back to the Kobe being booed in Philadelphia, you know, Derek Fisher was the only other guy all the whole weekend that was booed. So I agree with Coach. I think the Laker uniform had a lot more to do with it.
Samaki Walker's hit his first 2 shots.
Well, and Shamaki's got to step up, particularly now. It's an opportunity for him to show his confidence when Shaquille is not in there. It's a heck of a lot different playing when you've got the big fella opposite you, when you got to take the burden yourself. And it'll be interesting to see what Shamaki does.
A Laker foul down low.
Well, here you see Michael. He's trying to post up that medium post up that he gets. Fox has a good size and can contest Michael's shot. Michael gets his patented fadeaway shot just a little bit off. Good defense by Fox. Nothing else you can do.
Kobe Bryant just picked up the foul. That's the first on him. Here's Rip Hamilton, picked up by Mark Madsen, a second-year player from Stanford. And Hamilton has started the game. 2 of 2. He's got 4.
Well, what's going to be interesting about the matchup is that Kobe's going to have a much more difficult time on defense than he's going to have on offense. Hamilton guarding him is not as much of a difficult task as it is for him to guard Hamilton, because Hamilton doesn't really have the experience that a Fox may have in guarding Jordan.
Shot clock at 3. Fisher to Fox for 3. Rebounded by Rip Hamilton.
But then Kobe's got to pick up Rip, and that's quite a task, I think.
It is. Fox is on Hamilton now. The ball is loose. Madsen digging for it, out of bounds with it. Shot clock at 16. And the Wizards retain possession. They have started this game 2 of 4. The Lakers have started 3 of 4 from the floor.
And this is what's different about the Wizards than we saw early in the year, is they didn't really have an identity or know how to play. But one thing they have done is really slowed the game down. And they just had a good defensive rebound right there. Hamilton was looked out ahead to see if there was someone open, but just kind of walked it into their offense.
Madsen knocked it away. Jones lost it. Hamilton gets it back. Whitney eyeing a 3. Missed it all. Picked up by Kobe Bryant, who has yet to take a shot in the game. Finding Fisher. A 3 ball. And a rebound off of Popeye Jones, and the Lakers retain possession. How about the Laker defense tonight, Danny?
Well, they're off to a good start. They're playing with a lot of energy and passion right there. Rick Hamilton tries to drive it in there. They're going to force him outside, but Mark Madsen, a guy with great energy. That's really what he's good for. He not a great athlete, doesn't have great size, but the guy plays hard every second he's on the court.
Chris Whitney may have twisted an ankle, and he hobbles to the sideline. Thus, the ex-Laker, Tyronn Lue, will come in the game for the first time.
On that missed shot over there, he slipped in the corner, and I couldn't tell if he rolled his ankle, but he's saying he's all right and wants to come back in the game.
Kobe Bryant's first shot is no good. Samaki Walker with the rebound. Out of bounds it goes, and off of Washington.
I questioned Hamilton's defense, but on that one, he was really up on Kobe and really got him in a position where he had to adjust his shot.
Well, I was in the locker room talking about Rick Hamilton before the game, or talking about the Wizards, and Rick Hamilton walked in the training room, coach, and Michael looked at him and winked and said, that kid can play.
Well, he definitely can play, and particularly at the offensive end of the court. He's going to be special.
Madsen in a straight jacket, out to Fox. Shot clock at 6. Here comes Lue, and buckle up for Michael Jordan. And that's what they came to see.
Nice play by Tyrone, too. He knows his job, and he could have had the easy lay-in himself, but saw Michael out of the corner of his eye and let him get some easy baskets.
Michael missed that free one in the All-Star game. I don't think he'll miss in a regular game like that.
That's
though.
right.
All-Star games, you have a tendency, Kevin, to relax a little bit.
Fisher launching a 2-point shot, hitting another. And Fisher has started with a 4-point performance in the Lakers by 1. They've led by as many as 3.
And both those outside shots, he's got his foot on the line. He's got to get outside the 3-point line. He'd have 6 points by now.
Hamilton sneaking inside. Jordan with the offensive rebound. And Hamilton left uncovered for a mid-range jump shot.
And give that basket to Jahidi White. Good job of keeping the ball alive, and he's done an excellent job this entire year for the Wizards, like Coach said, playing off the ball, getting those offensive boards.
Hamilton with 6. Here comes Fox. Off to Fisher, covered by his former teammate Lue, and a rebound by Popeye Jones.
Well, right now, the coach, I'm sitting there going, they tell Kobe not to try to run the offense. Right now, Fisher's jacking up every shot he gets out there.
Well, and I found it amusing when Craig Sager was saying that they wanted the center to get as many touches as Shaquille would get in the middle. I want to see that happen.
Tyronn Lue hits the 3 and gives the Lakers their biggest lead tonight.
And Tyronn Lue, he's really made a turnaround. I think early in the year, he might have been one of those young guys a little bit intimidated by Michael's presence, just not quite finding himself or understanding his role with the new coach. But he's really been a factor in their recent success, and I love to see him because there's a guy that plays with a lot of heart and energy.
Wizards with the lead, 13-9. Jordan to Hamilton.
He didn't even touch the rim yet.
Hamilton's got 8.
Well, and that was the thing I was saying. It's a difficult task, and even guarding Kobe. If Kobe is playing, and he had better stay a little tighter than that to him.
Here's Rick Fox. That stops a 7-0 run by the Washington Wizards.
I might reconsider my Coach of the Year vote. I haven't watched the Wizards play a lot I love the things that Doug Collins has them running offensively. The Lakers are playing good, energized defense. Kobe's trying to stay with Hamilton, and they're executing very well, getting a lot of wide-open shots.
Rick Fox picks up his first foul. Take a look at Doug Collins.
And this is what we were talking about, is the shot attempts. So Fisher's got 4, Fox has 3, Bryant has 1. And the Fishers have all come out by the 3-point line as well.
Well, something strange about that. Kobe's name is not on there. And we know by the end of the game it'll be on there.
Michael Jordan Wizards by 4, working on Fox. Rebounded by Jahani White. Jordan again with the fake and a feed, and Hamilton inside.
Hamilton is very active. What a great play by Michael. Just so patient and poised and very unselfish play.
Well, I think they're reacting to his moves now, Danny, as opposed to early in the year they were watching and observing his moves.
Kobe Bryant again with a miss, and Kobe has started 0 of 2. Jordan 1 of 4. Hamilton's been the big story for Washington so far with 11 points. 5 of 6 from the field. Missing right there with the Samaki Walker rebound.
And he has a tough time right there. He's so thin that Fisher, just like that linebacker body, really pushed him out and rooted him out in the lower body, and Hamilton had no balance on that shot.
Walker to Fox, and a screen by Fisher and a rebound by Walker. And Mark Manson knowing it's on him. Lou with the rebound.
And there's a reason no one's on him.
Very good reason.
And Lou hit a 3 in his first shot, missing right there from close range, from point-blank range. Here comes Bryant. And Fox thought about 3 maneuvers outside and a whistle. And a Washington foul. This goes on Tyronn Lue with his first.
Right here, Michael has the baseline shot to get the foul, but beautiful pass to Hamilton, who continues to move without the ball.
The Washington Wizards have won 5 straight, 7 of 8, and they lead here in Los Angeles.
Well, definitely so, and I think that's one of the greatest accomplishments that they have made, is that they have knocked down that loser's wall, and a lot of confidence has been instilled in them. I give Collins an awful lot of credit for that, and I also give Michael, because Michael is a tremendously demanding person to be on the court with, and the players have responded to him.
2 Los Angeles turnovers. Medvedenko is coming for the Lakers with Bryant, Fox, Robert Horry is in, and Derek Fisher.
And Medvedenko, a much better offensive player than Madsen, but not near the defense or rebounder. But he does play with a lot of energy, and but he hasn't seen a shot he doesn't like yet.
Michael Jordan hits his second shot.
And I'll tell you what's interesting in watching Kobe. Kobe's trying to do exactly what the coach asked him to do. He's playing within the system, trying to run the triangle. Probably he needs to go a little bit more on his own in order for him to be effective, and really for the Lakers to be effective without Shaq in there.
Robert Horry for 3. Rebounded inside by Chris Whitney, back in the game with Hamilton, White, Michael Jordan. And Popeye Jones, the Wizards on a 15-4 run. Jones with the miss, Horry with the rebound.
It'll be interesting to see how long Kobe trusts his teammates, too. Right there, Robert Horry gets a wide-open shot. Robert Horry struggling on the outside from the season, only shooting 35%.
Washington with their biggest lead, and the foul is called on Jones for a first time.
Well, if you look at this, I mean, he's not trying to force anything. And Craig Sager said it correctly in the beginning, that they told him to be patient. They told him to stay within the system. Kobe is a very good one-on-one player, not just a good system player. And I wonder how effective the Lakers can be just running this triangle system without Shaq in the middle if they don't let Kobe go a little bit.
Well, and you talked about them getting the ball in the post. I don't have a problem getting the ball to the post to that guy. There's going to be a wide-open shots for somebody if the ball goes in there 50 times.
Lakers have missed 5 in a row. Fisher for 3. Jordan with the rebound. Brendan Haywood, a rookie from North Carolina, is in the game. Here's Whitney, thought about 3, dancing on Fisher. We're approaching 3 minutes to play in the first quarter. Michael Jordan. And a rebound by Medvedenko.
Michael's shots are very, very flat, not getting any lift from his legs and coming off his hand.
Michael is 2 of 6 shooting. Kobe Bryant is 0 of 2. Fisher putting up all kinds of shots. A missed 2 right there. Kobe Bryant rebounded by Horry. You know, the Lakers are +1, Danny, in rebounding.
I'm sorry, the hardest thing to do for a great player is to continue to be unselfish and to be patient with your teammates while they're missing. You see what I'm talking about right here. As Michael comes off, gets rid of the shot pretty quick, and he usually gets a better lift and better arch on his shot. Very, very flat. Hardly even gets it over the rim.
Timeout taken with the Wizards on top by 8. Measured by how others on the team are affected by making them better, like Richard Hamilton, who has blossomed in his 3rd year in the NBA. And Jahani White was a journeyman center, now an integral part of the success of this team. But Michael Jordan says Popeye Jones may be the unsung hero, and Chris Whitney's outside shooting has been key. The bench of Washington with Haywood and Tom Thomas. We've already seen Tyronn Lue, Tyrone Nesby, and Courtney Alexander. John have all made significant contributions in the first 47 games of their season.
Well, that's absolutely correct. And I think one of the things that he did is instill confidence in these guys by being forceful. I always worried is because Mike was so demanding and so good himself, whether he would break the confidence. He did just the opposite. These guys responded, and now they're playing much better than anyone thought they would.
The Lakers had missed their last 8 shots, a drought of almost 4 minutes until Kobe hit his first shot right there. He's one of 4. Lakers down 19-13.
And he did it over a double team. So that answers our question. He's not going to just continue to dish the ball out to the open shooters.
We've already seen Michael Jordan on the bench. Rip Hamilton has been the big scorer with his 10 points so far. Brendan Haywood is out there now with Tyrone Nesby for the first time. Michael Jordan has 3 assists in the game.
Well, if you take Michael Jordan off the court, one of these guys or 2 of these guys have to be stars, and don't have that kind of game. They're all secondary and third option type of players.
But the only thing here of late, Danny, they have been playing with much more confidence with him not on the floor than they did early in the year. Early in the year, they totally caved in when Michael was not on the floor. Now these guys seem to have a lot more confidence, and particularly when Hamilton is back.
Devin George in the game. Lindsey Hunter in the game for the LA Lakers. Kobe is doubled. Sneaks a pass inside to Robert Horry. Devin George for 3. Now Popeye Jones rebound. A minute and a half to play in the first quarter.
Well, they're getting plenty of open shots, although they all are outside on the perimeter. You know, when the Lakers are making that outside shot like they did against San Antonio in the playoffs last year, that's what people say that one of the best teams in the history. When they're missing those outside shots, they can be beat.
Tyrone Nesby out of UNLV. That draws a smile from Shaq, and the Wizards lead it by 10, their biggest lead tonight. Horry to Lindsey Hunter. 2-point shot. And a rebound inside, digging it out. Medvedenko knocked away by Haywood. They tussle forward inside and a jump ball.
Well, Medvedenko got away with a little push right there. But Hamilton with his size, with Brendan Haywood with his size, was able to stay in there and get it.
Well, you look at that. Rip Hamilton is catching and shooting and going up. He's doing a good job. You know, but one of the things, he has had a very quick release. He's a guy that can catch the ball and go up and shoot the ball right away. And plus, there's a lot of pressure on Kobe right now to guard him and to score for the Lakers. He's got to do both. Every time Kobe gets the ball, if you notice, though, the Wizards are doubling him and trying to get him to pass the ball as opposed to letting him be creative and make one-on-one moves.
Here's Whitney squeezing it inside for Haywood, and a shove and a foul called on Medvedenko as we send it over to Craig Sager.
To follow up on what Coach Thompson was saying, before when they would double team Kobe off the ball, off the dribble, he'd throw it in the post, then they would deny him the pass back out. He was not getting the ball. They were trying to put him into the post, but there he was creating the double teams. The difference between this game and when Shaq was out after the suspension against Memphis was that they did not double team Kobe at all, and he was able to do whatever he wanted on the perimeter. He had 56 points. But I think with the loss of the game to the Bulls, and also the fact that since that 56-point performance, the Lakers are just 5-6. The coaching staff has put the reins on Kobe and trying to get everybody else involved. Kevin?
Well, and you talk about Hamilton. I mean, they run plays for Hamilton to get open step shots. They run little bump screens. They bring him off the baseline pick and rolls. Everything they're doing is trying to get Hamilton a shot. They're trying to run, and Phil Jackson in the triangle, they try to run in the system. They don't really run anything specifically to create a shot for Kobe.
But let's not kid ourselves. The triangle is not the triangle without Shaq in the middle either. And this team is so accustomed to playing off of Shaq that there definitely is an adjustment on the part of the Lakers if you got somebody else in the middle other than Shaquille.
Devin George for 3, and that is the first 3-point hit tonight for the Los Angeles Lakers. They are 1 of 7.
And with the quality of shots they're getting, you know, I would be, if I was coaching Kobe, I'd be encouraging him to continue to dish, because Fisher and Mitch Richmond out there right now, Lindsey Hunter, they're going to make some of those shots. And if they get those quality of shots, they will start making some.
Chris,
you would tell Kobe to pass it. I would tell him to shoot everything you get your hands on. I like Kobe's misses better than I do some people's misses.
Courtney Alexander is in the game for the Wizards. He has a Bryant shot fly over for him. And that takes us to the end of the first quarter. They have made an adjustment in Hamilton's scoring. We told you earlier he had 11. He then made a shot. They took away a 3, gave him a 2. He's got 12 for the first quarter with the rebound. And red hot, 6 of 8. The visiting Wizards on top, 25-16 at the end of 1. Watching Michael Jordan and the Washington Wizards. Penny Marshall is here. Jack Nicholson with his normal courtside seat. Adam Sandler is here. Matthew Perry from Friends. Steve Harvey is here. Just a few of the many celebrities, along with Danny Ainge and John Thompson and Craig Sager in the building tonight. We begin the second quarter with Lindsey Hunter getting a Devin George pass and hitting a mid-range jump shot. The Lakers are shooting 29% after the first quarter. The Wizards 50%. Washington with Lou, Brendan Haywood, Nesby, Christian Laettner, and Michael Jordan is back in the game against the Pels with the shot clock at 10. Mitch Richmond is guarding Jordan. Down the lane, the shove and the foul called on Mitch Richmond, who came here after 3 pretty good seasons in a Washington uniform. Now he's a Laker.
Well, Michael Jordan called this guy the second best shooting guard in basketball behind himself for the last 15 years that they've been in the league together. But Mitch, a fantastic player. But right now, Michael has a guy his own age to go. Mitch is a lot younger, but his body is worn down, probably more than Michael's. Had a serious knee injury. I believe that later in the season, this guy's going to be a big contributor to this team, though.
Here comes Richmond against Lou, Robert Horry, and Richmond slips, regains the presence, but can't make the shot. Michael Jordan is there. Down court to Tyrone Nesby, picked up by George. A minute gone here in the second quarter. Washington has led basically throughout the first quarter, and with a good lead here beginning the second. Lou, shot clock at 5, over Hunter, and right between the eyes, Tyronn Lue.
He's really got some confidence in his offensive game. There was no hesitation in that. It's almost like he's learned. It's okay for me to shoot. It's okay for me to be aggressive and have some missed shots out there, even when Michael Jordan's on the court.
Devin George. Rebounded by Horry, slapped away by Jordan, picked up by Lue. The Wizards have led by as many as 12.
Another example of tempo and trying to control the game and let their defense get set and their offense move the ball.
Laettner to Haywood and sweeping up.
Let go.
Moving forward inside, it's off the Lakers, and Washington retains possession.
And I think Brendan Haywood's going to be good at that shot.
Well, if you look at this one, this is the shot that Michael had blocked by Walker. But when you look at this, the big sizes of the body, when you get a guy like Mitch on it, there's a lot more to push out there. You're not going to get as much lift. And then Walker comes over, of course, he makes a great play.
They just changed the call, and they say it is indeed off of Washington. So the Lakers come the other way. They're 33-13. And there are a couple games in back of Sacramento coming into tonight in the Pacific. Hunter with the miss, gets his own miss, Trump as he scoops up for 2.
But it's like the crowd is getting impatient. They're yelling, run the offense. They are running the offense, but what a difference a Shaq makes.
Yes.
You don't have Shaq in the middle. Kobe's sitting on the bench. It's a lot of difference in this team.
Michael Jordan. Against George. Jordan to a 6. The drive, and he misses the jam and a foul. What a quick spin move by Michael Jordan, taking it inside.
Well, Devin George is laughing because he didn't get touched. I think he got beat so bad, Michael just missed the lay-in. This had flashbacks to the All-Star game right here. He gets by Devin George. Oh, he fouls him. I don't know what he's complaining. He grabbed onto Michael's arm.
Well, and it's interesting. You talk about flashback to the All-Star game, Danny. I'll be curious to see how many more balls Michael attempts to dunk to really let us all know that he's capable of getting up there. But in this game, he's going to the ball a lot stronger.
Kobe Bryant is on the bench. Jordan is out there. Like you've got 2 pretty big bodies on that Laker bench right now. 2 pretty important components to their success over the last 2 years. Robert Horry with Walker. And a drive inside by Horry, and here comes Lue again. Up to Nesby, working on George.
Christian Laettner could be a big piece of this Washington team, too. He's coming back after a broken leg, starting to get healthy. I mean, the guy just jumped on his back right there.
Well, the Wizards need to get the ball inside. Shaquille O'Neal is not there. They started off trying to capitalize by going inside. At least attack them first with a pass inside to see what the Lakers can do, and then get the ball back outside.
Lakers are shooting 29%, and it just dropped. So now the Wizards come the other way, shooting 47%. Jordan's got 5. Bryant on the bench has got 3. And Michael works on Richmond. A good screen by Laettner for Lou, and a 3 ball, and a ball that ricochets off the open palm of Mitch Richmond. A ragged beginning to the second quarter, with the world champions down by 8. Wayans with a Krispy Kreme donut. Bring him over here.
That made me start thinking of In-N-Out burgers already for after the game.
I cannot wait. Animal style. Here comes Lou. 8.5 to play in the half. As he works on Brian Shaw. Michael Jordan uncovered. Robert Horry fighting for the loose ball, and out of bounds it goes off of the Wizards. The leading scorer, Richard Hamilton, and he is on the bench. Laettner, Haywood, Jordan, Nesby, and Lou, the Washington 5. Bryant is back in the game with Walker, Richmond, Shaw, and Robert Horry with the ball right now. 28% shooting for the Lakers. Another miss by Mitch Richmond, who, Danny, to me looks very old tonight.
He does, and I don't know if it's because he's just not getting any minutes and it's taking him a while to get loose, but he's really struggling. I know he's got a bad knee, and it really is showing out there. He's a shell.
And I think the Wizards are going to let the Lakers back in this ball game if they keep taking these jump shots. It appears with Shaq not in the game, you'd at least test the paint a little bit by penetrating, cutting through the paint, or at least posting up in there and letting those big guys take an opportunity to go inside. So.
Shot clock at 3. Kobe Bryant for 3. Grazing the iron. Saved by Shaw. And out of bounds, they say, and Washington will get it back.
Well, then that's an example of what I'm talking about. They have 4 points in the paint without Shaq being in the game. You at least have got to test the Lakers a little bit by trying to go inside.
And John Kobe's not covering. He's 1 of 6 shooting from the field.
Well, and that's exactly right. I just think that Kobe's probably playing within the system. He's probably conscious a lot of the fact that the coaches want him to run the system. A lot of things that he ordinarily would try. If Shaq was in the game, he's not trying.
Mitch Richmond 0 of 3 with a 2 ball, and he knocks it in, his first hit tonight. And the former All-Star, Golden State, Sacramento, Washington, now with Los Angeles, brings the Lakers to within 6.
And they're in a 1-2-2 zone. The Lakers are trying to keep them on the outside, trying to take away any sort of inside game they have.
Nesby to Lou. Bryant there to defend. Shot clock at 5. Tyrone Nesby hits another. Penetrating inside, knifing his way for 2.
Well, the zone basically protects the middle. This has run a few times. The Wizards got an inside shot. Ironically, when the Lakers went to a zone, they penetrate and get inside.
Wizards have led by as many as 12, up now by 8. The Staples Center in Los Angeles, Michael's gone 2 of 8. Kobe Bryant has gone 1 of 6. A little bit disappointing so far in this marquee matchup. And it's also a matchup of Michael Jordan against Phil Jackson for the first time ever. Kobe Bryant. Laettner chases the ball into the corner.
And Rick Hamilton's been over on that bench an awful long time. Carried him in the first quarter offensively.
Lakers +2 in rebounding tonight. Complete difference in shooting.
Well, the Lakers come back out in their zone again, and this time the Wizards pump up another outside shot. They were able to penetrate because the zone is wide open in the middle.
Washington has accomplished a lot already. 4 more road wins than all of last season right now. And they already have 7 more wins all told than all of last season. They had 19 wins last year. They've already got 26 this year. Incredible improvement.
Well, but the level of expectation, Kevin, has been increased in the Washington area because they show people that they can win now. So it'll be interesting how they react to the second half of the season and how the fans react to them.
Hamilton back in, and here comes Jordan out there with Laettner, Haywood, Tyrone Nesby, and Haywood. Laettner outside. Rebound by Mitch Richmond.
Well, they're getting great shots. They're not getting anything inside because they really don't have a back-to-the-basket player in there right now. But they're getting wide-open looks, both teams. They just can't knock them down.
That's a 3-ball for Brian Shaw.
Brian's amazing. He just sits over there on the bench. Sometimes he's the guy he's the last guy, the last option he goes to when things aren't going good. He's the guy they always bring in and always seems to respond.
Jordan pops up. Haywood pops it in. And they love this rookie from North Carolina, 32-25. Washington on top.
Well, a lot of their success started when Haywood came back and gave them a bigger presence, bigger size in the middle.
Robert Ory knocks one in from outside. That's a 3-ball, and the Lakers climb to within 4. Wizards have led by as many as 12.
And all of a sudden, back-to-back threes, and that's what the Lakers are capable of doing. They got so many guys that can make those outside shots, and they're capable of running off a big streak.
Michael Jordan now goes 3 of 10. He's got 7 points. 4.5 to play in the half here in Los Angeles. Kobe Bryant floats through the lane. Oh, and slams it in. He hang glides. He's got 5.
Well, the Wizards better be careful because he needed that. He needed something just to start to get him going. The zone was creating a problem for him, but I think it looks like they're in a man now, but it may still.
Nice pass, Hamilton to Christian Laettner, who gets his first basket of the night.
And one of the few baskets the Wizards have been able to get in the paint, too. I think they've got to definitely try to attack inside a lot more than they have been.
Mitch Richmond knocks in another. He missed his first 3, but now Richmond, who has 4 points, has knocked in his last 2.
Starting to look awfully young now, isn't he?
Yes, he is.
He's getting looser. He is definitely moving better at both ends of the court. Now, maybe it's just those minutes, but right there he shows his age defensively.
Oh, what a play by Michael Jordan. He pulls a Houdini inside. He's got 9. Bryant trying to match Jordan outside for Shaw. Robert Ory by Laettner with a seductive fake. Richmond's out. He's hit his last 2. Climbs into Nesby and a foul called on Mitch Richmond. He's got 2. How does this go in?
I don't know. This is good. Michael thought he got fouled going to this hole right there, but Richmond gets beat baseline right there. He jumps in to initiate contact. Oh, just a little bit of contact right there. Sweet play, though, by Michael.
And then Kobe Bryant getting his own miss and making him feel it at the other end. Things are beginning to pick up. The Wizards, however, still on top, 38-32. Stadium many years ago.
Well, Kobe's from Philadelphia.
Right.
They shouldn't boo him. He's a hometown kid.
He's also from Italy, too, as we just saw with that sign. He grew up in Italy while his dad was over there playing ball. Hubert Davis in the game for the first time.
He also stole a championship ring from him.
You're doggone right, and that's why he should get booed.
Hamilton with the Jahidi White screen. Good fake by Hamilton as Kobe fit. A rebound by Fisher out there with Madsen, Medvedenko, Fox, and Kobe Bryant swerving his way down court. Fox on the fly. Rebound by Popeye Jones.
Kobe keeps pressing. We're going to have to call him a playmaking guard.
We've only had 4 turnovers in this entire first half. And a total of 8 free throws between the 2 teams. Hamilton's been hot. And a foul.
Defensive 3, number 14.
Violation inside.
Well, they got out of their zone as soon as Hubert Davis comes in the zone. You don't want to be playing a zone out there with him. He's a zone buster.
701 wins for Phil Jackson, the fastest coach in the history of the NBA to reach that number. As you take a look at Kobe Bryant's numbers, a 2-9 effort from the floor.
And 6 assists, playmaking guard.
6 assists. In the last handful of games, he has been just under 50% shooting. So his shooting up until the All-Star break have been pretty good.
Well, they're trying to make him into an assist guy tonight. They know that Kobe wants to score. Right now, Kobe would have 12 if the guys made any shots in the first quarter.
Lakers shooting 33%, Wizards shooting 43%. Hamilton to Jones with the fake and a drive inside using the glass.
Well, this is a guy that's been special for the Wizards. I mean, he's just done his job. I mean, look at the shot he threw up there. I mean, that's the kind of thing you just say, no, no, no. But he's been solid. He's rebounded. He's defended. He's done a lot of things Popeye Jones has for the Wizards.
You and I saw him hit the winning shot in Washington a week ago against Toronto.
Well, he definitely made a lot of winning plays, a lot of good rebounding he's done for them.
Jordan gets his 4th rebound with 4 assists, and Michael with 9 points.
Besides that, a man with those kind of knee pads on, you've got to appreciate him. I haven't seen those since Sat Sanders and the Celtics.
Hamilton sneaking down the lane, and White slams it down, rocking the rim.
Well, every time Popeye Jones shoots a shot, I go, no, no, no. But he's made his share of the course of the year. His game is not pretty, but I'd love to have him on my team.
Well, Danny, he's one of the main reasons the Wizards have had the success that they have here.
Another turnover. Washington on a 9-2 run. 4 turnovers for the Lakers. Wizards by 11, their biggest lead 12. They've led most of the first half. Foul on Michael Jordan.
Well, you look at this. I mean, he comes down and throws this thing up. It goes in the basket, and he's done that all year. You look at Jihadi, who is a better player on the offside when he can come in and just tip in, and he's done a good job of that here of late.
Lakers have won 4 of 5. But they find themselves in a funk, losing their last game to Chicago and struggling here against Washington. Shot clock at 6. Fox to Fisher. The drive into Jordan and Hubert Davis. And out of bounds it goes and off of Washington. Shot clock at 2 seconds. Big clock at 56 seconds to play here in the first half.
We have not seen turnovers by either team in this first half, but this is amazing. They're taking very good care of the ball. This is where Washington has really stepped up their game, is by slowing the tempo down. There's a lot fewer turnovers. The Collins did not have trust in their half-court game.
Nice play there, Danny, by Popeye Jones, and few turnovers by either of these teams. One of the reasons why they're both having pretty respectable seasons.
And neither team is a real fast, up-tempo basketball team either.
Davis to Popeye Jones, finding Michael Jordan. Back into Jones with a beautiful pass and count it for 2.
See, that's an example of what Popeye did. He threw the ball in the corner to Jordan, made a beautiful cut to the basket. Very simple, but a lot of guys would have stood outside, caught it, and put the ball in the basket.
Medvedenko picks up his 3rd foul. Danny, John and I talked about this last week while you were on hiatus on assignment. But really, of all this, if you take the top 16 teams, 8 from each conference, playoff contending teams, is there a worse roster or a least known roster than this Washington roster, aside from Jordan, of course?
I don't think there is. You know, I mean, Popeye Jones has been a guy that's around. He's always been a solid player, but certainly not well known. And I think Jihadi White and Tyrone Lue is known because of his Lakers, but Chris Whitney, not very many people know very many of these Washington Wizards.
3-point shot by Derek Fisher.
And these guys have all been role players on other teams around the league. None of them have been starters on any other team.
Jordan floats and fires. He's got 11. Here comes Kobe Bryant, who's been chilly tonight shooting. 2 of 9, stolen right there. Michael Jordan against Fox. Begins to accelerate. Fox bumps him. The ball jarred free. 15 seconds to play in the second quarter.
Well, Kobe thinks he can get through Michael right there. Michael blinks a little bit, make sure he doesn't poke his eye out. Then he sticks his tongue out at Kobe as he dribbles the ball down the court.
Well, that was an example of them running another man at Kobe, too. Michael really was not the guy guarding him. He came over and took the ball. Excuse me, took the ball off of the trap.
Washington has no team fouls in this second quarter. We've got 15 seconds remaining right here. Washington just beat Sacramento before the break by 7 in Washington, and their 5-game winning streak, Danny, is comprised of wins over teams like Sacramento, Toronto, and Indiana. I mean, respectable ball clubs.
And they're playing. I mean, they have an identity. They're slowing the game down. They're getting the ball to Michael, trying to create double teams. Rick Hamilton has given them some scoring, and their role players are really all playing well. And on any given night, Tyrone Nesby's had some good games lately. Courtney Alexander, who we haven't seen much tonight, or haven't seen it all tonight. He had his couple of big games in this streak. So they're getting great contributions out of a lot of people. And Jahidi White and Brendan Haywood are all playing very well for him.
Like Jordan was running that huddle there with Doug Collins. And here is the first of 3 pretty intense West Coast road trips for the Wizards coming up.
Well, and they're going to be tough trips, and that's the thing that I was saying about the level of expectation. Now people are expecting them to win. You're going to play Sacramento, LA, Phoenix, and those people in the West. Now the expectation level will be placed on them, and it'll be interesting to see how the Wizards react to it.
Jordan against Fox. Halftime approaching. Jordan with the fake, the dance, and the shot. Bryant with the rebound. That takes us to halftime. Who would have thought Washington would come in the home of the 2-time defending world champion Los Angeles Lakers and lead by 13 points. The 35 points ties the lowest scoring first half this year by the champs as we send it over to Craig Sager.
Well, the 13 points, the margin of the lead right now, that's how many points you have in the game. But I got to ask you defensively, you're guarding Kobe. Are you surprised that he continues to try to run the offense instead of taking you one-on-one?
I mean, Kobe's a great player. I mean, you know, the one thing he tries to do, you know, he try to get me in foul trouble, try to go on the post and things like that. And my teammates are doing an excellent job of helping out.
You notice that he's frustrated because he's not taking the shots and the coaching staff told him to work the offense?
Not really. You know, Kobe's a great player, and I don't think that, you know, he gets frustrated in times like this.
Second half will probably be different.
Oh, it's going to be a challenge. You know, we just got to outwill ourselves and go ahead and try to get the win.
All right, great start.
Thanks.
Yep.
All right, Craig, thank you. Michael Jordan has 11 points. Ernie Johnson here at halftime. Kobe Bryant has 5. The Washington Wizards, 14 wins ahead of last year's pace. Ernie, there's something else. We send it to you with the Wizards on top, 48-35. Popeye Jones, Richard Hamilton, and Michael Jordan.
I love that drive by Kobe. Coming right out there. They spread the court for him. He just took his man off the dribble and had an easy shot right there. Just rolled out.
Jones to Jordan, a screen by White, and a rebound by Lindsey Hunter. 2-on-2 with Kobe, and outside Lindsey Hunter. That's one in.
Well, that's one of the few fast break baskets the Lakers have been able to get to. They got out and got down and got a quick look that time. I think they have to do that to release Kobe a little bit because the Wizards are trapping him every time he gets it in a slow half-court set.
Lakers have taken 2 free throw shots tonight. They're shooting 33% from the field. Popeye Jones knocks it in. 45% shooting for the Wizards from the floor.
Well, that's the thing that Popeye has surprised you. You see him out there, you said, I hope he takes that shot, he makes it. You know, he makes the shot in the first half, coming down on the break. I mean, he has done a lot of things to help this team this year.
And he enters in his first 2 shots.
And 2 big shots by Lindsey. He's playing with some confidence right now, like he did early in the season. He's a good player, very good defensive guy, gives him a lot of energy and a terrific shooter. And Phil put him back in the starting lineup to try to get him to play with that confidence that he played with throughout his career.
Hunter's got 8. Hamilton has 13. Whitney for 3. Good! And that's Whitney's calling card in the NBA, the 3-point bomb.
Well, and Hamilton, Rip Hamilton set that up by penetrating, pulling the defense to him and dropping it out to him. That's the one thing that the Wizards have done this year. They have responded to people when they've come back at him. This team is showing an awful lot more poise than they did early in the year.
Bryant off a screen. And the 14-point lead of the Wizards is down to 12 with 2 minutes gone here in the 3rd quarter.
Well, you know, Chris Whitney jumped out and switched on that pick, on that elbow pinch post play, but they've got to be more aggressive with Kobe, force him to take the outside shot, but get a hand up on him.
Hamilton with an air ball. Was his trigger hand touched? I think it was. And deflected out of bounds off the Lakers. 11 seconds on the shot clock, much to the dismay of both Phil Jackson and his player Kobe Bryant. Jordan will inbound. Hamilton shot clock at 8. Rip with a great twirl move and a scoop down the lane and a foul call. Madsen nailed him, and Madsen picks up the foul.
No, and that's one of the things that I was looking for. I want to see the Wizards. You look at this, Hamilton can nail the jumper, but the middle doesn't have that big fella in there anymore. So it's a lot more inviting to come in there and create a situation where you can get a foul or an easy basket.
They're calling it a flagrant foul out there. 2 shots. You know, the league is cutting back on that. Anything close, they're trying to make sure that they put those kind of fouls to rest. And But Hamilton, good job. You saw Kobe come out and really pressure up. You could see that Kobe was into it defensively. Hamilton responded. You're going to guard me tight? Take you to the hole.
When you've got to be impressed with Rip because he's really expanding his game, particularly offensively. I think defensively, he'll be even a lot better once he gets a lot more upper body strength. But offensively, he's definitely something to be reckoned with.
Let me throw some numbers out about Richard Hamilton at the free throw line. Since his return, the Wizards 5-0. He was out 17 game with a partially torn groin muscle. And in 13 starts, 13 consecutive wins.
Yeah, he's been
dating
a big
back
part
before the injury.
Right, and he was right when they were in that big winning streak they had. But, you know, Rick, we talk about him getting to the free throw line too, Coach. As skinny as he is, he gets to the free throw line on a per-minute basis more than anybody on his team.
Well, and he will pay a price for it, just as he did just then. He got hit in the face in doing it, and that's the thing that you respect about the fellas who do go to the basket, that they're not afraid to take the hit.
The Jordan miss, and here comes Fox finding Hunter. He's in 2 in a row, watching a 3 here. Manson with the rebound. Popeye Jones rips it away.
You can really tell that the Lakers talked about creating a faster pace. They're not willing to just walk up and down the floor and play against the Wizards in a half-court set.
Wow. That body's strewn all over the floor. Fox guilty there of knocking out Whip.
Another flagrant foul, looks like, right there.
Right.
Might have been on Kobe. Was it Fox or Kobe?
They were both right there. They're going to put it on Bryant. That's the second on him. Another flagrant foul. There's just a big story in the national press today about this very thing.
Well, right here you see Kobe. He's going to try to get the screen. He makes no effort to get through that screen.
And Chris Whitney at the free throw line. He is a player from Clemson. He was a couple years in San Antonio, part of 2 years in the CBA.
Very underrated player.
Yeah, now in his 7th season with this organization.
And he's always been good, but now people are starting to recognize him because winning brings some attention to your team.
Are the parts of the Wizards and the Lakers interchangeable aside from the big names on the team, Danny?
Oh, are you saying if they put Whitney and Hamilton and Jahidi White with Shaq, they would win?
Yes.
Absolutely. I'd leave Shaq and Kobe and any other players on any team would win it.
Another foul. It's the 3rd on Bryant. Look at this. Right in the chops.
Well, and Kobe had better be careful. You've got to adjust, regardless of whether you agree or disagree with the official. Playing basketball is about adjustment. You don't want to lose. The Lakers were picking up a little momentum. You can't distract yourself and getting caught up in the officiating.
And look at this young and experienced team of Washington holding their composure and taking the shots to the midsection.
You know, it's almost like they got a little speech at halftime. They better start playing a little more aggressive and get fired up. They're coming out. They don't know how to play that way, so it doesn't look like to me. They're just playing frustrated. They're not playing any harder.
Michael Jordan will be 39, as we mentioned before, in 5 days. The number 7 scorer in the NBA coming into tonight. And he just gave Washington their biggest lead, 59-41. A lead of 18 points. Inside Manson with the slam.
Well, that was a beautiful play by Kobe. He pulled the defense and dropped it in. Madsen had to complete it, of course, but Kobe set him up beautifully.
A nice little pump fake by Madsen right there, going to the weak side to finish that offensive play.
Michael Jordan, handcuffed, fires inside. Popeye Jones gets it again. Michael Jordan has called him indispensable this season.
Well, and I can understand why. Mike makes a play. A lot of times you throw that pass and the big guy doesn't catch it. He makes Mike look good by catching the pass. Catching is underrated in basketball. It's just as important in a lot of ways as it is in football.
Bryant. Little dance on Hamilton, missing wildly. Here's Fox thinking about 3. It never hit the rim. Shot clock violation. It goes back to Washington. The 7th Laker turnover tonight.
Well, and this is an example of what I was talking about. Jordan pulls the defense, goes in, the defense commits. He drops it to Popeye, who moves towards the basket. He makes a catch and puts it up in traffic.
Popeye is so clever. I love that guy. He is so fun to watch. He just plays hard, makes open shots, and just feeds off of all the garbage that Hamilton and Michael create for him.
Look at the points in the paint.
Exactly, Kevin. You notice the difference now is 20-12. The Wizards have finally realized that Shaquille O'Neal is not playing and going into the paint.
Hamilton's got 17. Bryant careens his way down the lane, a foul.
And I think what's also happened is the Lakers are playing much more intense on the perimeter, forcing the drive, and the penetration is there. Early in the half, they played very soft in the first part of the game, and then were forcing Washington to shoot the ball from the outside. Now they're picking up the pressure, forcing them to put the ball on the floor, and the Wizards are taking what they're giving them.
Danny, the Los Angeles Lakers have lost recent home games to low-ranked teams like Miami, Denver, and Chicago. A couple weeks ago, we were here. You said they were bored. Phil Jackson says they're complacent. What are they?
Well, I felt like Shaq was bored. I don't feel like the whole team is bored, but, you know, I think that Shaq, when he comes back and he's healthy and he's going to dominate like he told us at halftime, the rest of the team will follow. Just like this Washington team is following Michael Jordan.
Lindsey Hunter will glide in. Nice steal and 2 at the other end with 7.5 to play in the third quarter.
And Lindsey Hunter with 3 buckets in this half. He's the one guy out there that's contributing to this Laker team right now.
He's got 6 in the quarter, 10 for the game, and here comes a penetrating Whitney across the lane. Rebound by Madsen inside, triggers it out to Kobe Bryant. Can the Lakers go from lethargic to dynamite, all in the span of a couple minutes? Madsen inside to Samaki Walker. It bobbles in.
What about Mark Madsen playing from the top of the key? He looked like Kobe on that play, didn't he, Coach? Driving there, dishing it off to Samaki Walker. But look at Madsen playing point center right there.
Well, that was a beautiful play. He pulled the defense. It's very simple. He dropped it inside. I love Madsen's energy. He becomes almost a joke, but he's a little bit more than a joke because of his energy level and how hard he plays. I definitely feel that the Lakers are not on cruise control. They're fighting for their lives now. If Shaq was in the game, I might attribute it to boredom. This is not boredom. This is the Wizards.
And they are legitimate, as you said, John, to open the show.
Well, they're giving no points off of turnovers, and they're giving no second chance points and no fast break points to the Laker team.
Then you can really tell that Michael loves playing with Popeye. You know, Popeye's so alert for the things that Michael does, and he plays off of Michael so well.
Outside, Lindsey Hunter for 3. Lakers moments to go down by 18 points, now trail 63-51. They got on their feet for the first time tonight. Lakers are 7 of 10 shooting in the third quarter.
And in big trouble.
She's walking across the room. She's undressing.
Richard Dreyfuss, Madeline Stowe, the TBS Superstation premiere. Stakeout, tomorrow night at 9 Eastern on TBS Superstation.
Hey, guys, we're fine. Just take our time, get good shots, and then we got to start stuffing in here, okay? We gave them 8 points in about a minute and a half. We're fine.
Some words of encouragement from Coach Doug Collins.
Well, and they're getting making baskets. That's the key, though. The Lakers start hitting shots. Lindsey Hunter got hot right there. Knocks down a 3. They're getting some baskets in transition, but the energy of the Lakers is a lot better.
Well, the tempo of the game has changed, and Kenny Smith alluded to that during halftime. The Lakers had gotten caught up in playing at the pace that the Wizards wanted them to play. They came out at halftime and started making transition baskets and pushing the tempo a little bit more. 8-0
run by Los Angeles. Rick Fox runs over Popeye Jones. That's another foul. Third on Fox.
And they're in the penalty already for the rest of the quarter. That's a big break for Washington right there, but a good smart play by Popeye. He's drawing the fouls on the screens.
Well, and the Lakers have to adjust to it. I mean, it's one thing, you can sit here and argue, but what you want to know is how an official is going to call a game. Once you understand how he's going to call the game, it's your responsibility as a player to make adjustments. You can debate it after the game is over.
Wizards from the free throw line, 14 of 15. The Lakers, 2 of 5. Yes, 2 of 5.
But right now, they're in the penalty. The Lakers got to be smart. There's one thing to come out and play aggressive, but you got to play with your head. You can't just keep running through screens and give them points at the free throw line.
Absolutely, absolutely. All you want is consistency, and these officials have been consistent with what they're calling.
Hamilton with a foul right there, bumping into Kobe Bryant. 5:58 to play in the third quarter. Hamilton picks up his third. Lakers without Shaquille O'Neal have gone 5-4. It's the 10th game without him. You can see the score tonight from the Lakers starters and the bench. Kobe Bryant scoops it inside to Samaki Walker.
fantastic play by Kobe right there, but it looked like Samaki did some figure skating underneath the basket right there. Watch him shuffle his feet as he catches the ball, takes a step, shuffles him again.
Yes. Johnny White picks up his second personal foul.
Right there, look at all the people surrounding him, Kobe. That's why he's got to become a passer, but boy, a little skating underneath right there. We'll give him a 5.5.
So this is the time of year for the Winter Olympics.
Good thing you weren't judging last night in Salt Lake City with the Bears competition.
Makes me appreciate the NBA officials all the more.
Exactly right. Kobe with 10 assists. 65-54 Washington. Hamilton to White. And that pass was right on the money.
Really beautiful. See, and that early in the year, Jihadi wouldn't have caught that pass, Kevin. You know, this is the thing that's happening with the Wizards. These guys are playing better, they're acquiring more confidence, and they're doing things that they weren't doing early.
Bryant across the lane, fires for three.
I like it. Kobe right now is still continuing to play. That's his 11th assist. And again, if they were shooting in the 40s, in the mid-40s, he'd probably have 15 or 16 assists right now.
Washington with Jordan, Popeye Jones, Hamilton, White, and Nesby. Jones, Nesby, he can fire from there. Rebound by Kobe Bryant with Madsen, 2-on-2. The pass, bobbled, retained, and inside, whacked by Nesby. Very physical third quarter, and that play indicative of what it's been like.
And I think right here, you know, they come out, and again, they got yelled at halftime, so they're just going to come out and play more physical. They haven't been very smart. They've let Washington shoot a lot of free throws. Right here, Tyrone Nesby, he just gets caught in the air. You know, I don't think that was a dirty player. Mark Madsen pump faked, and Nesby was on his back.
Lakers who continue to weave their way around a very fractured season, as the media here in Los Angeles likes to call it. Very strange first half of the year. Some people, John, have said they're too arrogant. Some people have said they're too fragile. What do you think?
I like that arrogance. The arrogance comes with winning, and that's exactly what they do, and particularly when Shaquille is at. I just feel that right now they have not come out with the arrogance that they need to come out with. You know, they came out, they were very passive, they were lackadaisical in their offense, trying to run their sets. They weren't getting any free baskets. They also were not going inside.
Kobe Bryant. Bryant's got 10. The Lakers have brought it to a 7-point deficit with 4.5 to play in the third quarter. Earlier in this third, the Wizards led by 20. Hamilton snaking his way inside. Bryant knocks it away. Shot clock at 13 seconds.
Right here, beautiful pass right there. That's the one you say, Coach. He would have dropped. He better catch that early in the year. That's a wide open lay-in. He caught those at Georgetown, didn't he?
Michael Jordan was done by Fox. No call made. Poor pass, says Jordan, and out of bounds it goes. But listen to this. Only the 4th turnover by the Wizards tonight.
Well, and the Lakers have stepped up the tempo of their defense, too. They're getting involved in it. I tell you what, they better keep an eye on Kobe because he has that shooting look in his eye now. Before he had that passing look, but I think the dog is coming off the leash a little bit right now.
Lakers on a 17-4 run. Here comes Bryant. Out to Fox, up to Shaw for three. Snapped back by Samaki Walker, 2-on-1. Hamilton to Tyrone Nesby, who drops the anvil at the other end. He's got 6.
But Brian Shaw was at half court. He should have had that offensive rebound, but it was good by Brian to recognize the shot clock at least.
Kobe Bryant fires it inside. Out to Fox for 3. Rebound Nesby. 3.5 to play in the third.
And this is a crucial time while Michael's resting right here to not let this Laker team and this crowd get involved in the game.
Hamilton with the miss. And Samaki Walker knocks it away.
Popeye Jones again right there, got him the rebound.
Doug Collins, just seconds ago, wanted to take out Jordan, and Jordan waved him off, said, do not take me out right now.
I think Dirk probably thought he was a little tired and wanted to give him a breather, but Michael realizes the momentum is changing in this game, and he needs to be out there right now.
But he is resting. He's just on the court resting.
So Tyronn Lue comes back in. Rip Hamilton will take a breather. 3:20 to play in the third. Jordan with the twirl. Nice fake. Leads in. Oh, another great one.
Oh, I love the way he rests.
15 for Michael Jordan.
Well, that's why he's picked his spots right there. He was resting. He said, okay, I'm ready now. But Rick Fox was hugging him, grabbing him and pulling him down. He got away with one there.
Here comes Fox with Jordan defending him. Into Walker. But he met a wall. Fox for three.
Big shot by Fox. The Lakers' intensity has really picked up, and I like the way that Washington's just hanging in there, continuing to score.
Fox was 6 in the quarter, 8 for the game. Michael again. Lue left open to travel. One too many steps. 5 turnovers for Washington. Watch this shot by Michael Jordan, giving you a different move with every part of his body. Timeout.
Also, he has no read, he says, on the chemistry of the team. He gave them a personality test. Questions like, if you were in the corner of a room by yourself, what would you be thinking? Now, the coach and Zen Master hasn't analyzed or graded the test yet, but they are due this week, and we'll see if we can get a read on the team after that. Kevin?
All right, Craig, thank you very much.
I know what you'd be thinking. What's animal-style In-N-Out burgers.
Which you're paying for. Foul was moments ago called on Haywood, his second. He is in the game out there with Lue, Jordan, Nesby, and Popeye Jones. 11 points for Kobe Bryant and a career high 12 assists tonight.
Did you ever get those kind of tests, Coach?
No, I don't think so. I don't think so. And I'd love to see the results of that test and how many of them really did it.
Jones against Madsen with Fox, Bryant, Shaw, and Medvedenko. Tyrone Nesby. And a rebound inside by Rick Fox.
Fox doing a good job.
Yeah, he is.
Doing a real good job.
Here comes Kobe Bryant.
Where's Derek Fisher in this game?
Kobe Bryant hits again. Bryant has 13 points.
Maybe he was shooting too much in the first half, getting out of the offense.
Jones, the drive down the lane, tripped and fouled. Thank goodness he's got those knee pads on.
Well, in looking at this, I mean, Rick Fox is doing a good job. He's really on Michael. Physically, I think he's making Michael use all the energy he can use. He's holding him, he's locking him, he's staying on him, and that's what you have to do. And then offensively, I mean, then he goes gets rebounds. Offensively, he's doing a very solid job also.
And the Lakers are playing a very physical game in this second half. And I just wonder how the stamina of this Washington team, they're used to playing slower. They rely on Richard Hamilton, who's got a thin body, and Michael, who's up there in age. And that's how you have to play Washington, I think.
Danny, in terms of leadership, who's a better leader, Jordan or Kobe?
Oh, that's not even close. I mean, one's 39 years old with 6 championship rings and a more cerebral player, in my opinion. And the best finisher that the game has ever seen in Michael Jordan. And so I think Michael is a much, much better leader than Kobe. And that's not a knock on Kobe. Michael's a better leader than anybody in the game.
He should be. He should be a better leader. That's what you're saying, and you're absolutely correct, just based on experience alone.
Kobe Bryant over Lue, over to Medvedenko. Rebound by the hustling Mark Madsen. Contorts and fires.
Madsen is really giving him a lift here in the second half. He's doing it offensively, defensively, and giving him some energy. Made a couple hard fouls going to the basket to really set the tone for this Laker team.
He's got 5 points, all have come in this third quarter. Hubert Davis in the game, giving to Michael. Jordan's got 15, all on a steal. Here comes Kobe Bryant. Fires in for 2. So graceful, so smooth.
Yeah, that's a payback right here. Michael did this to Kobe in the first half. Kobe gets him back, and all of a sudden, this Laker lead, or the Washington lead, is dwindling. And again, we're talking about no turnovers, no fast break points, and the Lakers all of a sudden are creating turnovers and getting in the open court.
Three-point play by Kobe Bryant. Lakers to within 2 with 60 seconds to play in the third quarter. Now some full-court pressure. Matson with a foul as Jordan trying to get the pass in midcourt.
Well, the Lakers have given the Wizards a little bit of their own medicine now. When Jordan gets the ball, they're running over him, trapping him. They're running at him when he puts the ball on the floor and dribble.
That's a silly foul, though, in the backcourt. A lot of time left on the clock and just hacking away. You have to respect the penalty. You can't just give him free throws right here. Plus, you're giving Michael a chance to rest more.
The Wizards have made 18 points at the free throw line tonight, and the Lakers have made 6. LA 6 of 11. The Wizards 18 of 19. Michael Jordan, who's been averaging just under 40 minutes a game, has played all but 2 minutes tonight, John, and I don't know if that was in the game plan for the Wizards.
Well, it probably wasn't in the game plan, but I think Michael knows the importance of this Western swing the second half of the season. He'd love for this team to get off to a good start, and nobody can, sort of help that as much as he can.
And don't think that Kobe and Phil Jackson in part of this game has anything to do with him not wanting to come out either.
Kobe Bryant trying to penetrate and take it inside, and he was roughed around. Popeye Jones was there defending, and Jones picks up his second personal foul. Kobe once again to the free throw line for LA.
The Wizards can't afford to lose their focus because the crowd now has gotten involved. The Lakers have increased the tempo. The Wizards were very much focused on what they were doing. Now they're getting a little bit too involved in the officiating.
And Kobe Bryant is walking around the court with the swagger that Popeye Jones described Michael Jordan with right now. And that's getting the crowd into it and getting the bench into it and all the players on the Lakers side.
Bryant 5 of 9 from the free throw. Mendonça. It's a tie game at 74.
And the Lakers drop back in the zone. They're 1-2-2 zone.
Hubert Davis off to Tyronn Lue.
Well, as soon as Tyronn Lue comes in the game and Chris Whitney's out, they feel free to go to that zone. But that's the one guy you don't want to give an open shot for. But he looks like he's got a little rust in this game after coming back from the flu.
Lakers have not led since a 9-8 margin in the first quarter. Seconds remain here. Kobe Bryant, who's been a flamethrower in the third. Shaw for the lead. Dramatic and stunning 23-point turnaround in the third quarter. The Wizards led by 20. Kobe Bryant caught fire in the third. And now the Lakers lead by 3. Going to the fourth, Medvedenko would not give up inside. They've gone from lethargic to dynamite all in the span of a couple minutes. Third quarter and lead by 3 going to the fourth as we take a look at our budget fast break. Field goal shooting about the same. It wasn't like that most of the game. The bench points clearly in favor of the Los Angeles Lakers. Here's what's so ironic. Kobe Bryant is taking this team on his shoulders, but the Lakers had 35 points at halftime. That was a season low, and they had 42 alone in the third quarter. 70% shooting.
Somehow Doug Collins got Michael Jordan to take a rest. He waved him off at the end of the third quarter. I thought Michael definitely needed to get a rest right there because he was very unproductive in that last 3 minutes.
And the Lakers have created a lot of tempo with their defense. They extended the defense. They're pressuring. They're putting pressure in the half-court defense. They're trapping. And as a result of it, the Wizards have got to definitely get this game back to the tempo that they want. They want a more methodical, a more patient tempo.
The incredible third quarter for Los Angeles. A 23-point turnaround in the third quarter alone. In this game, Bryant's got 17. Jordan's got 16. We're just seconds into the fourth quarter. Medvedenko to Fisher, to Shaw. Out there, Ori, and with the ball, Devin George. Bryant on the bench. Robert Ori Medvedenko with a rebound and a subsequent shot, which won't go.
And all of a sudden, you know, we see this energy of the Lakers. You know, they're getting second shot opportunities. They're moving the ball a little bit better. Brian Shaw's giving them a big lift as Lindsey Hunter and Mark Madsen. Now Medvedenko's coming in and filling in right where those guys left off. And you see how lethargic Washington appears.
Well, definitely on that play, Haywood can't afford to let them take a shot like that and let Medvedenko go in and get a rebound.
Missed by Shaw, picked up by Haywood.
Excuse me, he did a better job that time, Kevin. He was able to pick it off the floor because he boxed out.
Shaq on the injured list, not playing tonight, so the Lakers have had to go without the focus of their team. Here's Teron Lue and ex-Laker. To Rip Hamilton. Rejected by Medvedenko. Wizards tonight have hit 8 3-point shots. I'm sorry, the Lakers have hit 8 3-point shots. The Wizards have hit but 2.
And with the exception of playoff basketball in Games 5 and Game 7s for the Lakers, I haven't seen the Lakers play with the energy that they've played right now, ever.
Nesby. Rebound by Kevin George. Rebounding tonight, the Lakers are +8. Medvedenko. Kicks it out to George, thinking about 3. Driving by Hamilton, through the lane. Since halftime, Los Angeles has been unstoppable. They've got their biggest lead right now.
And this is a beautiful play right here. Brendan Haywood, 7'1", comes over and does a good job of contesting. And how that ball makes it, I have no idea. It got dark up there pretty fast.
Well, it didn't get dark enough. He should have made sure that he didn't make that shot and made sure that he got it from the line and the line alone. Particularly his physical range. This is not the time to ease up.
Look at Medvedenko hustle again.
And Doug Collins has gone with a small lineup right now, keeping a small, quicker guy. Nesby, power forward.
Robert Horry just knocked in the 9th 3-point shot for the Lakers.
Good timeout by Doug Collins, trying to stop the snowball.
The Lakers with their biggest lead, 82-74. Sacramento Kings will take on these Wizards on Thursday on TNT. Tomorrow night, the Phoenix Suns take on the Minnesota Timberwolves. By the way, Sacramento trying to go to 26-1 at home. They got the best record in the NBA right now. There was a violation inside. It was called on Medvedenko of Los Angeles. A 3-second violation. It's an automatic shot. They've got Rip Hamilton up there right now. Out there for the Lakers, George, Horry, Fisher, Medvedenko, and Kobe Bryant back in. Hamilton at the free throw line for the Wizards, who have gone a long time without a field goal. Haywood out there, Whitney, Nesby, and Davis. Michael Jordan on the bench. Jordan's last field goal. 3:15 left in the third quarter.
And the Wizards have to answer the Lakers' energy with energy, because the Lakers are not permitting them to slow the pace down by putting so much pressure on the ball now.
Whitney with a 3. Rebound by Kobe Bryant. Bryant tonight, 12 assists, 9 rebounds, and 17 points. Very close to a triple-double.
And this is the end of the floor. The Wizards have to play sound defense. They can't give the Lakers second baskets, and they've got to really try to get out and get some easy baskets themselves.
Bryant off a great third quarter, trying to continue it in the fourth. They missed everything right there. Hubert Davis in the game. Hamilton, too congested. The shot clock is down to 9. Wow. Defense is picking up a little bit.
Defense is great. The Lakers have really changed the tempo of this game with their defense. I mean, they're putting a lot of pressure. They're trapping, the hands up in the air, guarding passing lanes. They're doing a real great job of putting pressure on the Wizards and forcing them not to be able to run their stuff as easy as they were early in the game.
Washington 35% shooting in the second half.
But they're not running their offense. They're pressuring them right out of their offense.
Davis slashing down the lane, kicks it out to Hamilton with a 3. Rebound Medvedenko.
We've always felt watching the Lakers with Shaq or without Shaq, when the Lakers play the defense that they're capable of playing, which is the best defense in the league, they're unbeatable.
Derek Fisher gives the Lakers their biggest lead tonight. They've got 9 out of Fisher, and he's 4 of 10 from the field. Haywood. Too many steps. He travels inside.
Well, the Russian judges caught that skating exhibition right there. They got it on the 3rd skate.
Jordan back in with Jahidi White, Popeye Jones, Whitney, and Rip Hamilton. 8.5 in the 4th. Medvedenko over White. Medvedenko has been terrific. 13 minutes, 4 points, 7 rebounds, and an assist. And a Devin George foul here. Washington has gone scoreless in this 4th quarter. Almost 4 minutes gone.
And I keep going back to the energy that Lindsey Hunter gave them to start that quarter. They were struggling scoring. He gives them 9 big points in that 3rd quarter, and a lot of defensive presence. And Mark Madsen, some offensive putbacks, second shots, and the rest of the team just kind of followed suit with that intensity.
Jones, Jordan, over George, foul.
And Devin George keeps complaining about that. I mean, he grabbed Michael's arms on that dunk that he complained about earlier, but he's lost all credibility now, Coach. We busted him. We busted him on that one replay.
Well, and I think that the Lakers definitely, I didn't realize they could play defense like this without Shaq Manning. I haven't seen them play with this kind of intensity in many of the games that I've seen them be able to play. If Shaq's in the middle and they're playing like this, it just has to be unbelievable.
That free throw by Jordan breaks a 15-0 LA run. Now he makes 2 straight. Shaq with that arthritic big toe on his right foot, sitting out the 2nd game in what we anticipate will be a 5-game stretch. Fisher for 2. George leaping, but Jordan grabbing.
Now that's not a shot within the offense right there.
Jordan. Hamilton has been quiet scoring. He's got 17 points. Most have come in the 1st half. Kobe Bryant with the good-looking rebound. And he's got a triple-double. 10 rebounds, 12 assists, and 17 points.
Well, see, and he's done that within the context of the team. You've got to be impressed with that, because I really didn't think Kobe was offensively aggressive enough in the beginning. But, you know, he's done it this way and done it well, and then now they're in a position to win this ball game.
Hamilton just picked up his 4th personal foul. Tyrone Nesby, real check-in.
Kobe's doing everything out there. You know, in the 1st half, they were getting wide open looks, even though they were all coming from the perimeter, but he was demanding so much attention. And the difference in this quarter, this half, they're just making those outside shots. And Kobe's being more aggressive, too. I think they've made some adjustments in their offense.
They trap him on the side. He loses the ball, and a turnover for Bryant. Before the All-Star break, he had 8 turnovers just by himself. The Lakers tonight only 8 as a team the entire game.
And the only way the Wizards will get back in this game is to do it defensively, and what they just did, because the Lakers are not going to let them run that methodical offense anymore. They're stepping out, pressuring the ball, they're trapping, they're creating a lot of problems, as you just saw.
Devin George, the last to touch it. Michael Jordan chased the ball out of bounds. Washington has missed their last 8 shots from the field. 8 minutes with no field goals.
And this is the problem when you're a team like Washington and the strength of your game is just playing methodical. It's just harder for you to have to play a faster pace when things aren't going well for you.
Uh-oh, watch this. Had he not bobbled the ball, he may have been witness to some great heroics.
He was set for it, too.
Oh, man, I was grabbing John's arms. Hold on. Hold on, Big John. Whitney for 3. And the Wizards needed that in the worst way. They have brought it to single digits with 6.5 to play. Nonetheless, the Lakers on a 45-13 run against Jordan in Washington.
It's just the same old.
Defensive stop. Right there. Okay? And everybody get on the boards. If we rebound the ball, if we get something early, look to push it and see what we got, okay? Come on now. Let's go.
And after that timeout, 88-79. With the defending champion Los Angeles Lakers on top, 6.5 to play here in the fourth quarter. Kevin Harlan with Hall of Fame coach John Thompson, NBA All-Star Danny Ainge, and Emmy winning reporter Craig Sagan.
You know, Popeye Jones touched on it right there with their West Coast trip. You know, they really have had a favorable schedule. Not to rain on Washington's parade, but this West Coast trip they have now and 2 others following is really going to be a tough second half schedule for these guys.
And I think that thing he said about if we can keep our confidence, I think it would be a tough road trip for anybody, but this team has got to maintain its confidence because of the fact that it has been playing well. I think what Doug said is absolutely correct. They've got to do it with defense. They've got to catch up with their defense and answer aggressiveness with aggressiveness.
There's our reset. Lakers with Bryant, Devin George, Robert Horry, Fisher, and Samaki Walker. LA shooting 64% from the field in this second half, and none hotter than Kobe Bryant, who's got 19 points.
He's really played a spectacular game. He's figured out the game and what he needed to do as the game has gone along. But you got to give Phil Jackson a lot of credit for the intensity that this team is playing with as well.
What a shot by Michael Jordan. He's got 20.
I don't know what Phil Jackson said at halftime, Coach, but Kobe Bryant looked like Ray Lewis on a blitz running through those screens. And again, I think that just got the team fired up. You know, all those things and the intensity, you know, like you said, I've never seen that out of this team consistently.
Heidi White with the rebound. Here comes Jordan the other way. Blowing by Horry, feeding to the trailing Jones. Knocked away by George, and a Los Angeles foul. It's on George. He's got 4.
Well, and you look at this, I mean, Michael still, I mean, we can talk about his age all we want to. That, you know, this is a guy 39 years old, you know, who's very capable of playing against much younger players and is quite effective.
Can you guys recall any time a single player has had this kind of effect in 47 now, a 48th game tonight from one season to the next? I mean, one player with this dramatic effect.
Well, I don't think so. I can't recall it, and particularly how he's played individually. Also, the effect that he's had on this Wizards team and this Wizards franchise.
You not going to say anything, Ainge?
No, I can't think of it. I'm just trying to think, and I can't think of one, especially at age 39. I mean, it's absolutely miraculous what he's done with this team so far. And, you know, whether they can hang on to make the playoffs, there's a lot of teams in the East. Charlotte's starting to pick it up, and you know, they have their work cut out for them with this tough schedule.
Eric Fisher continues to hit. 11 points.
And I think Popeye was absolutely correct, Danny. These next few games are going to be very important for the Wizards. These guys have got to maintain their confidence. They've got to understand they're going to take some knocks, but they've got to recover from it and play with the same confidence they've been playing with. If they get crushed by these road trips and going west, then things are going to fall apart again for them.
Well, and John, they have this game, then they have the Sacramento team, the hottest team in basketball, and then with Phoenix resting at home, they got Phoenix at Phoenix on a back-to-back.
Well, and that's exactly what you call the NBA, isn't it?
Look at that rookie Gerald Wallace, along with Hedo Turkoglu and Peja Stojakovic.
That's what the Wizards are facing Thursday night.
And they're facing Bibby, and they're facing Divac and Chris Webber. I mean, it doesn't end. Doug Christie.
You still think Danny might have, from top to bottom, the best talent in the NBA, speaking of the Kings?
I do think so. But I still like Shaq and Kobe if they're healthy.
Bryant with a fake. Oh, what a move by Kobe Bryant! Another breathtaking maneuver for Bryant to find 2. And for the game, Bryant with 21-16 coming in the second half.
And that's not part of the triangle offense, Coach.
Well, and that's the thing. You're absolutely correct.
Kobe gets the ball at the top of the key, and he's just isolated out top. If anybody comes, he can find him for wide open like he's been doing. He's been dishing off. There, the lane is wide open, and it's just one-on-one. Tyrone Esby on an island with Kobe.
Well, moves, though. And I think you are absolutely right. Phil deserves a lot of credit. In the beginning of the game, it looked to me as if Kobe was too much harnessed within the offense, but now he's gradually let him go. Kobe has played very smartly. He didn't get caught up in this challenge between he and Michael Jordan, and he's been extremely effective.
Jordan's got 22. 4 minutes to play in the game. The Wizards led by 20 points in the third quarter and trailed at the end of 3 by 3. An incredible comeback by the Los Angeles Lakers. Bryant led the way. Bryant's got it now. Feel it out. Outside, Fisher from way outside. He was in Pasadena when he shot that three ball in. The 10th three-point shot that the Lakers have hit tonight. Michael Jordan again. Slammed in by Nesby. He was untouched as he floated. Lakers are +7 in rebounding.
And we see it again. Kobe just brings the ball down the middle of the court, and they spread. They flatten out the court. There's no triangle running right now. Michael going up for the shot. Gets on a pump fake right there. Nobody touches Nesby. He ran all the way from the three-point line, completely untouched.
Kobe Bryant, a career-high 13 assists. And we're still counting. Fox with Jordan on him, doubled by Jones, up to Fisher, down to Bryant, shot clock at 4. Bryant dumps it to Ori. Fisher, another 3. And they blew it dead before the shot was launched. 3-second violation called by Ron Elysiak. Ron Elysiak, by the way, is one of the greatest softball players this country has ever produced. Now look at Samaki Walker. Derek Fisher's been throwing up some softballs in this second half. 97-86, the Lakers.
Thursday on the man-made movie, Jack's back and so are a whole lot of little green space invaders. Mars attacks, while Chad claims the kitchen for mankind. Yeah! The man-made movie, Thursday at 8 Eastern, only on TBS Superstation.
It's the drama of NASCAR on TNT. This week it's off to Daytona for Speed Week on Thursday. It's the Daytona 500 qualifying races at 1 o'clock Eastern Time. For complete schedule information, log on to NASCAR.com. Well, Washington has had some kind of night. They led by 9 after the first quarter. They led by 13 at halftime. Led by as many as 20 in the third quarter. The Lakers came back to take a 3-point lead after 3. The reason why they came back, that Laker bench and Kobe Bryant. We've had a 31-point second half turnaround. Michael Jordan again. Popeye Jones in there fighting for the loose ball. Jordan tonight with 22, Popeye Jones with 14, Rip Hamilton with 17, but Hamilton has only scored 4 points for Doug Collins in this second half.
Well, and I think that has a lot to do with the Lakers pushing up on everybody. Defensively, they became a lot more aggressive. They changed the tempo of this game. As Danny indicated, they got out of the triangle a little bit because they were able to get easy baskets and get down quickly.
Fisher on the clock. Here comes Popeye Jones. Lakers shooting 47%. Wizards shooting 42%.
And probably the biggest reason, and we got to give Kobe his credit. I just do not think that the Wizards have anybody that can guard Kobe. And he creates so many open shots, and he's young, and he has all that stamina, and he's loving this part of the game. He wishes he could do this every night, Coach.
Well, particularly now, because now he's controlling the ball as opposed to just running the system. And then when he reads what the defense does and gets it to one of his teammates, they double.
Nesby with the rebound moments ago. Chris Whitney has got the ball hit at 3. Here comes Hamilton across the lane, leaning into Bryant. Feeding near midcourt, saved by Jordan. Shot clock at 12.
Fisher shoots more than me, Coach.
He's put up 15 shots tonight. Another 3 by Whitney. And he knocked that in. We would have had something to talk about.
Well, you know, it's interesting, too, Phil Jackson's philosophy with Kobe. He made him play the system early in the game, but now he's letting him have his way a little bit, showing him that if you're patient, I'll let you do your thing at strategical times of the games, and I think that that's a brilliant thing as far as Phil is concerned.
Kobe and Michael head-to-head. Took it right to him.
And that was the matchup. You can see the crowd. They've been waiting for that matchup all night.
Nesby inside from Jordan and a foul called.
I knew Kobe wasn't going to pass that when he saw Michael on him, the crowd going crazy. He was going to find a way. He saw more Washington Wizards coming over to help out Michael and decided to take the shot.
chants from the crowd. Kobe at the top of their lungs. Nesby at the free throw line.
He's a special player. You know, the amazing thing, all those players in the league, you got to face this guy. He's 23 years old, and he's going to be around. Who knows? He might stay around as long as Michael.
Jordan gets a standing ovation as he hits the bench for the Wizards. But he gave the crowd quite a show. His team just couldn't hold on.
Well, he definitely did. And really, when you look at this, the Wizards have represented themselves quite well based on what we knew the Wizards to be. And if they just keep that confidence and continue to play, they're going to be in great shape. They don't have to be embarrassed by this at all.
Here comes Bryant between two defenders. Out to Fisher for two. And that will be the dagger. The Lakers will win their 5th game in the last 6. Washington's league-high 5-game winning streak will come to a close as Popeye Jones buries a 3.
I can't think of anybody on the Laker team this second half, Coach, that didn't play well. I mean, they played with so much energy and passion, and shot the ball so well, passed it.
Well, I'll tell you what, Danny, you're absolutely correct. But the greatest testimony to the Wizards is that the Lakers are happy as they can be that they beat the Wizards tonight. and I think that that is the biggest indication of how far the Wizards have come in their franchise.
The defending champions coming back from 20 down to beat Washington 103-94. As Kobe Bryant with a mesmerizing performance, and Shaquille O'Neal and Sibby's on the sideline, injured and not playing. And you can see overcoming their biggest deficit of the year. 20 points down as we send it over to Craig Sager.
Well, Kobe, definitely an all-star performance in the second half. You guys only had 35 points in the first half. You fell behind by 20. What did Coach tell you, and what was the difference?
No, man, we just sat in the locker room, and I told the fellas, we need to check ourselves, because we're the world champions, and we're not out here fighting. We're not out here scrapping and getting after guys, and it was crazy to me. It was embarrassing. We need to come out and start fighting like world champions do.
Is that something you normally would do, or is it something you did because Shaq was out?
It's something that we need to do because it's the second half of the season. You know, whether Shaquille's in a ball game or not, that's no excuse. We can't hang our hats on that. We have to come out and fight for every possession.
You came out in the third quarter, obviously far more aggressive. A couple of times there were picks that were set for you. You ran right through them. Why?
I just wanted to send them a message. You know, I'm not going to dodge picks. I'm not going to, you know, I'm going to acknowledge that the picks are there, and a couple times I'm going to run over you, whether you're big or small. Just kind of let you know. I mean, the first one, I didn't think it was a flagrant foul. I didn't want to get a flagrant foul on it, but it happened.
I think you sent a message. It's been a heck of a 3 days for you, from the MVP of the All-Star game to this great comeback win. What's it all been like for you?
You know, it's big for us, you know, to be able to come back from 20 and to win a ball game, especially under these circumstances, you know, it says a lot about our character.
You had to stay within the system, but we all talked about Kobe against Michael. It finally happened. Less than a minute to go in the game. Was that special for you going against Michael and burying that shot?
Well, you know, I was able to have a good look at the basket. I wanted to penetrate, but Chris Whitney was behind, and I just pulled up and hit the jump shot.
I'll step aside. You go to the locker room. You don't have to run me over. Great job.
All right, Craig, thank you very much. A jaw-dropping performance by Kobe Bryant. And now, without Shaquille O'Neal this year, the Lakers go to 6-4. And they are still 3 wins better than last season at the same time. The Lakers go to 34-13, 19-5 at home. The 5-game winning streak for the Wizards comes to a close. Special thanks to Rembert Young. Our producer, Mike Burks, our director, Lonnie Dale, and now for John Thompson and Danny Ainge and Craig Sager. Kevin Harlan saying so long. We take a break, then take you to Atlanta.